Welcome back to From the Couch Sports. This is another episode of Today in Sports. We got a couple things going on, NBA, NFL going on. Guess to start off the morning, we have Melo reportedly saying he doesn't want to come off the bench, which obviously you're Carmelo Anthony. Why would he come off the bench? He's never came off the bench in his career. Who does the Rockets even have to start over Melo? They lost Ariza, they lost Mbamute. They play PJ Tucker at the four. Melo's a starter. This is just a hot take, but I think that Melo could revive his career in Houston. I think with the ball dominant point guard that Russ is in OKC, and the usage that Russ demands the ball all the time. He's not really one to make his teammates a whole lot better. He's not a pass first point guard or anything like Chris Paul is. I think this is perfect situation for Carmelo. I think he can come in, drop 18 to 20 a game, and I don't think that the Rockets. I think defensively they get worse, but I think absolutely Melo deserves to start. He's Carmelo Anthony. He's got 3 gold medals. He's one of the greatest players in our history as far as a scorer goes. Then we got the Chinese team that's trying to sign Dwayne Wade. Reportedly they're saying he's only got 2 to 3 days to agree to the offer, or they're gonna remove the offer. So, like, why would you even go to China, Wade? Like, you're one of the top 3, 4 best shooting guards of all time. You've got all these rings. You've done pretty much everything you can do in the NBA. Don't end your career playing for some scrub ass China team. You're Dwayne fucking Wade, dude. Like, he's a Hall of Famer. You don't see Hall of Famers go finish their career in China. You're not Stephon Marbury or Omari, Jimmer Fredette. You're Dwayne Wade. Like, I just don't see it. I get the point of, you sign the Lightning deal for life, and they're a Chinese brand. Maybe set yourself up financially in China. But I'm not agreeing to that. I don't think he should go play there. And then it's partially yesterday, but I didn't get a chance to talk on it. CJ McCollum brought KD onto his podcast, and they were talking about how McCollum was kind of disappointed with DeMarcus Cousins going to the Warriors. He didn't think there's much parity in the NBA, and just all that kind of stuff. And he mentioned that the Blazers have a chance to win a championship, and KD kind of laughed at him during the podcast and pretty much told him, stay in your lane, let the top dogs do the top things, don't worry about us. And so this dude from Barstool Sports, he tweeted at CJ McCollum like, hey, bro, is it time for me to call KD a bitch? And McCollum was like, no. And he referred to Kevin Durant leaving the Warriors as you getting jumped by you get in the fight with your brother, and you barely lose to this group of dudes, and then you plot for 2 months and go and join those dudes and come back and jump your brother. And I guess it's not a basketball reference, but that's what KD did. He fucking left Westbrook. He left a team that was up 3-1 over the Golden State Warriors on some pussy shit. That's what he did. And he comes back with this response like, yo, I even went on your fucking podcast. Like, dude, KD, you're over here like responding to these Instagram kids, and you're tweeting people with your fake burner account. Like, grow up. Be a fucking man, dude. You saw LeBron go back to Cleveland. He went back to Cleveland and won a chip. Why don't you do that? Why don't you show that you don't need 4 other All-Stars to win rings? Or 3 other All-Stars the last 2 years, and now they got 4 All-Stars besides KD. 3 All-NBA team players. That's ridiculous. I can't stand KD. Of all the players I hate the most, he's probably number 1. But rightfully so. I love the game of basketball he plays. He's a terrific player. He's something the NBA has never seen. But he's just a bum-ass dude off the court. He's got a shitty personality, and I can't rock with that. I guess switching over to some NFL, we got news today that John Gruden, he hasn't even talked to Khalil Mack. Not yet. Like, when did he got signed like months ago. I want to say it was like 5 months ago. He hasn't reached out to the defensive player of the year from a couple seasons ago, the best player on his defense. I don't know why. Like, why wouldn't you reach out to him and tell him, I know he's got some contract BS going on, but you could reach out to him and say, I want you part of this team. This is the direction we got going forward. We gotta figure out your contract situation, but we're gonna keep working on that. So I don't know how I feel about that. I've heard a few takes on John Gruden, but I guess we're gonna see this year if they can bounce back and be that team they were a couple years ago. And then the other rumor we have is Des Bryant potentially going to play for the Cleveland Browns. And I mean, the Cleveland Browns are the laughingstock of the NFL. They always have been. But I actually like this move if he does decide to go there. I think you'd have ridiculous amount of weapons on offense. You have Duke Johnson coming out of the backfield, who's one of the best pass-catching running backs. You got Jarvis Landry, who pretty much playing the slot, which is his natural position. He's a fantasy nightmare. And then you got Josh Gordon coming back, probably healthy, probably doesn't have to deal with the bullshit that he used to. And then you got Dez. I mean, that's a lot of characters to deal with Josh Gordon and Dez. But you got all those dudes. Then you got David Njoku. I mean, shit, you don't even need Baker Mayfield. Throw me back there at QB and I'm throwing up touchdowns. Anybody in their right mind, like Tyrod Taylor, Baker Mayfield, that team's going to have a solid-ass offense. Their O-line's not terrible, besides the left tackle, which they lost Joe Thomas. But that's just my thoughts. Like always, thanks for tuning in. Leave your opinions in the comment section below or shoot me a DM. Let's have conversations. And I'll catch y'all tomorrow.